Welcome back to Church Street Park. Unbelievable that we still have cricket this Labor Day weekend, and it is the favorite time of the day for anyone who follows cricket in this area because it's the evening game in magical Morrisville, North Carolina. The Morrisville Raptors at home yet again, back in action, this time against the Atlanta Fire, and boy, were they absolutely on fire just 24 hours ago. Will we have another unbelievable finish? We'll have to wait and see, but first, let's get to that toss, that much important toss, to see what happened in the middle.
Toss time here at Church Street Park for our evening game between the Morrisville Raptors, have Rajanan, their captain, and the Atlanta Fire, Stephen Taylor, their captain. The gentlemen to their left, Praveen Chakaraj, TJ Colley, and Steve Rao, and then our third umpire for today as well, Mr. Alvin. Steve, you've got the coin in hand. Give it a flip.
Okay, here we go, guys. Ready? Tails a call?
Call is a tails.
Tails a tails?
And it's landed a tails. So, you've had a conversation. Stephen, what are you going to do and why?
We're going to have a bowl first. It's a little nice green wicket, but I know under the lights the dew will come out and the ball will slide on a little better at night as well.
You had a game yesterday. What have you taken from that game into today?
It's a different pitch as well, so we just have to try to analyze the pitch as quick as possible and once again win a game of cricket.
Any changes in your 11 today?
Yes, we have one change. Parth is out and Azim is in.
Beautiful. Well, good luck today, Stephen. Raj, tough luck yet again with the toss. Had you have won it, what did you want to do and why?
We'll probably bowl first. New pitch. I want to have a bowl at it first, see what it's doing, and then, chase the runs down. It's better to bat at night, considering the dew factor.
Yeah, emotions would have been high after last night's incredible super over win. How have you got the boys back in shape to play today?
I think the emotions are still high, which is a positive for us. I hope we could keep that energy going forward to today's game. It's a different opponent. So let's see how it goes from there.
Finally, any changes in your 11 tonight?
Yes, we have two changes. Aditya Gupta, he's out. Deepak replaces him, and PG sits this one out today. We're going to replace him with Hanj.
Well, good luck today, Raj. Well, that is the word from the middle. It is the Atlanta Fire. They have won the toss, and they've elected to have a bowl.
Well, that was the word from the middle. It was the Atlanta Fire. They have won the toss. They've elected to bowl. And Stephen Taylor actually made some jokes to Rajanan, saying, I think I want to bat first, and if you want to bowl first, we don't even need the toss, do we? And then he changes his mind halfway through. So a little gamesmanship from the Atlanta Fire captain already. I'm Aman Patel, joined by Nate Hayes as always, and Nate talking about these Morrisville Raptors that do have some changes.
We saw Sahar Swaishthan basically win the game in the super over yesterday. We saw some good stuff also from George Baldwin hitting that six. Rajanan, the captain. Ansh Rai was the standout with the ball. And the two changes are Deepak Aligasan and Arjun Sharma into the team.
Yeah, beautiful. We'll see what the Morrisville Raptors are able to do. They'll have the ball first, the Fire with the bat in hand. They'll look to their opening pair, Stephen Taylor and Saga Patel. Stephen with an unbeaten, if you consider it, because he was retired out half century. And then a couple of changes for them as well. The lone change was just Azim Sharania, who comes into today's side. So we'll get to see what he can bring in to this Fire attack that features so many heavy hitters, because you look at Sunny Patel, the leg spinning sensation. He can also throw it around with the bat in hand. This is going to be a fun day to watch. Bowling, we know that we're going to see Madi Reddy very first up alongside Janoy Drysdale, and that's an unbelievable opening pair to have, Nate.
Oh, absolutely. Terrific opening pair. I saw this Atlanta Fire team warming up. They are all in a great mood. They love playing here at Church Street Park, and everyone likes playing here under the lights. The lights obviously won't be out yet, but by the second innings we will be under the lights, and it'll feel really nice here at Church Street Park, so I can't wait.
Yeah, an absolute festival right now at Church Street Park. DJ's back. To Nate's avail and displeasure, there is no ice cream truck yet today, but maybe we'll come out if we talk about it enough. But those are the two openers on your screen. Sahar Swaishthan and Mihir Patel, unchanged combination. What did you make of those two when they opened the batting 24 hours ago?
We saw Sahar struggle a little bit with some of the late swing, but we saw him answer that as he started to work his way in. Especially in the super over, he was the absolute star, and they won. But I think this partnership here is going to have to build something strong. We talk about getting through the super over with very few wickets, and that's what they're going to have to do. I'd say aim for about 40, a loss of 1 if I'm Morrisville.
Yeah, that power play is so crucial. We heard from Rajanan, asked him at the toss, the emotions of last night, how do you deal with that? He says we're looking to use that emotion, which it's a good part about our side. We like to have that emotion strapped to our chest. Someone who has a great deal of emotion and great deal of joy when he plays is Janoy Drysdale, who is made the move down to Atlanta after the past couple years up with the Philadelphians. He's a phenomenal talent, Nate.
And I talked a little bit with him before the game about why he moved down here, and this ground had a lot to do with it.
And runs immediately for the Morrisville Raptors. Something that we talked quite a bit about with this opening pair yesterday was the lack of decisiveness, whether to take singles or not. Do you think after one partnership together, they might have figured out those kinks?
I think they've figured out some of them. You have to hope, and we'll see hopefully a few less disagreements in the middle between these two batters. But yeah, as you mentioned, that really cost them probably 5 or 6 runs in the power play.
Saharsh, the leading scorer for the Raptors yesterday, 28 off 29. That looks much better given the context of the game. And then, of course, the 4 that he came in and hit just off his very first delivery in the super over. Oh, man, that one's nearly been chopped back on. He's very fortunate that that right foot got in the way.
You see Drysdale with his height and the length of his arms, able to extract a lot of bounce on this wicket. He loves bowling here, as he told me before the game started. I asked him, hey, what brought about this move to the south? He said that he liked the facilities a little bit more. And I think this ground obviously has a lot to do with it. They'll play a lot of games here. They'll be back here in a couple of weeks, I believe.
Yeah, I remember he came down here in 2022 as a member of the Philadelphians and actually did have himself quite a weekend. And for Saharsh, I think this will be a real interesting challenge to Janoy because he gets it to move in both directions but gets a bit of extra bounce. So very early we saw Saharsh look to play almost that cross-batted check pull. That's not a shot you can play against Janoy Drysdale.
No, it's not a very easy shot to play against him at all. And you can see in your screen right there, there's parts of 3 major league cricketers. You see Jamar Hamilton, and you see Steven at slip there. Janoy Drysdale obviously with the ball.
Extra bounce. That'll be wide over the head of Saharsh. Not a very tall individual, so it is going to be benefited with a couple of those.
Now, Aman, if you had to pick a weakness for Saharsh Swathan, what do you think that would be?
It's his patience at this point in his career. He's a very positive, very aggressive cricketer, which works in a T20 format. But we saw it even yesterday. There were times where he would take 2 or 3 dot balls and then feel the pressure of that moment, or he wasn't getting the conversion of doubles and take that pressure on needing to hit a 6.
Hey, you mentioned the patience there as they turn down a possible quick run, maybe a suicide run. But yeah, you mentioned that patience. When you get aggressive and you don't have some kind of patience to temper it, you get very, very predictable. And that's when you get these very skilled bowlers like Janoy Drysdale and some crafty spinners that can set a trap for you, take advantage of your predictability.
Yeah, no question. And so that's the next gear for Saharsh to get to. Very young cricketer, just represented the under-19 team, got them to the under-19 World Cup after the qualifiers in Georgia. But he's been bogged down to start. Again, you don't see him like to take too many dot balls. He's already taken 4 to start off his day, and the walks have gone progressively longer away from his starting point. And once he starts to walk a bit more, you almost feel that he's going to walk down at a bowler.
Yeah, that's a great point. As I mentioned before, you don't want to be predictable to a quality bowling attack like this. I'll just walk right into a trap.
Gets the quick single in the end. Will hold on to strike. Just 3 runs from the opening over. we saw the Raptors get off to a slow start yesterday, batting first. Only 5 from the first over, but it was aided because of a 4 off the final delivery. And it was early swing that just upset the rhythm of both Mihir Patel and Sahar Shwetan. You want to talk about early swing and talk about it at its purest and finest form, look no further than the man who's got the ball in his hand right now. When you look at Venukalan Madiredi, it's prodigious inward movement attacking the off stump. And that is something to really watch for both of these batters. Remember what he did to Christopher Van Tull. Got him gone first delivery, knocking off stump. In the gap. Won't quite have the legs to go all the way for 4, but they'll come back for 3. No. Another one of these miscommunications and lack of decisiveness between Mihir Patel and Sahar Shwetan.
Well, Aman, you asked if they had that sorted out yet. I think you want to get through this innings and get it sorted out by the end of it for the rest of the season, at least.
Straight as you like. That'll be 4. No, it won't. Off the misfield, it finally gets off the boundary. Ends up 4 runs for Sahar Shwetan.
Well, that's a good way to get going for Swathan. We know what he's capable of. Finishing the game last night, final ball to the super over with a 4.
And just a little misfield gets it there, so that'll be helpful to Sahar, who was just feeling a bit bogged down early on. Now we'll see Mihir Patel face Madiredi for the first time. Again, prodigious inward movement, so it's very crucial to be playing very close to your pad.
Yeah, we've seen some great movement from Madiredi here at Church Street Park this weekend already.
Slip in place. Short third, you have that deep backward square. Nate, you shake your head. Why?
Oh, just the movement that he's getting. It's just, I really like this bowler. I really like watching the way this bowler moves the ball. Remember Jaskar Buttar last season moved the ball similarly, was able to swing it in and out. Already here, already with one of the prettiest balls we've seen in minor league cricket the other day.
Runs. Again, I think for the Raptors, it's this part of the game that they're going to have to continue to work on. Finding singles in the little areas in the field. We've seen it already. Wanting to come for 1, going to run for 3. There's been that hesitation, that lack of communication. That just comes with trust and time spent in the middle with a partner. Well kept. Incredibly well kept by Jamar Hamilton. Saves 4 runs.
And you see that not often does a wide get such a round of applause, but that's because we got to see Jamar Hamilton spring into action. He is so much fun to watch back there.
Again, with someone like Madiredi, you have to know the ball's always going to be going to your left, but you don't anticipate any wicketkeeper to do that, and we've seen some incredible keeping throughout the weekend. Close of over number 2, it's 12 for none. Second over for Drysdale. And a solid start for the Raptors here, Nate. We've talked about maybe a lack of batting depth, so important for them to keep wickets in hand through the early periods of their innings.
Yeah, critical. And you just finished an over against Monterey for 8 runs and no wickets. For 9 runs and no wickets.
It's curious to continue to get to know more about Mihir Patel. You watch him in the under 19 level, and it's a very different cricketer. Obviously, he spent some time away from the team now, given the fact that it's nearly 4 years ago now, and nearly was just a kid then. And kids all around Church Street Park enjoying a Sunday evening, watching some cricket, riding a bike, getting some exercise. Nate, that's what you want.
Exactly what you want. Come on out here. There's a lot of activities like cycling if you bring your bike.
Wow, he's placed that to perfection. There was a deep backward point, but just too straight for him to get there.
And that is the Patels and the late shots to the gaps seems to be a theme today. We saw Mononk placing things perfectly in between the fielders, and it continues on today in this game.
I think for Drysdale, he's just got to get a touch straighter. His greatest asset is that he can get it to tail back in and leave really from a similar arm slot. But if he starts that far outside the off stump, it just allows someone like Mihir Patel to guide and use his pace. Much better starting point. You want Mihir Patel and these batters to play these cross-batted shots and look to pull you and take your bounce through mid-wicket.
A good answer from Drysdale. Lots of experience with the USA national team, San Francisco Unicorns, Philadelphians for years here at Church Street Park. Played in some of the more memorable games in my mind. Along with, we saw him partner a lot with Liam Plunkett.
Brilliant comeback from Drysdale. I think that's the big part of his game that he's really worked on. Oftentimes, if you got off to a strong start, he was going to have a great day, but he was such a momentum player and could almost get carried away when he got things wrong. Since getting his major league call-up, since working a lot with Liam Plunkett, you've seen him become way more adaptive to situations, be able to react to say, okay, look, that was a bad ball, let's get back to what I know I can do.
He's gained a lot of consistency.
He's played it nicely, and he's got all of it. Pick up 6 runs.
6 runs, and you got to think that's coming with the warning for the over as well. What a great job getting to this ball. Look how he has to climb the ladder for it.
Looking for the ball right now. Ball finding committee back out. I think for Drysdale, his lengths are so key because you have 2 batters who, in terms of stature, aren't the biggest. They're not the tallest guys, so anything short they can really lift over quite nicely. And so I think that's the conversation being had with him right now, as he's got to wait agonizingly long. But this is a real positive sign for the Raptors to take apart the 2 seam bowlers of the Fire.
Well, this is a terrific start for this young Morrisville Raptors team. They're a very young squad. But hey, they're playing at home today. Got nothing to lose, playing against this very talented Atlanta Fire team. Historically dominates this division. And they're off to a terrific start.
I think the Raptors might just take exception to that comment there, Nate, because they've been in the playoffs.
Oh, they have.
For all but 1 year, along with the Fire. So they would say, look, we've been right up there in terms of the domination of the division.
Well, that's fair. 2 things can be true. Maybe not really.
No, it can, absolutely. I think they've been the 2 most consistent teams throughout the 5 years of minor league.
There's a few good teams in this division,
in terms of this division. The Lightning has missed a couple of playoffs. When you talk about the Royals, they just haven't been in the South, but since they've been in it, they've been in the playoffs.
Yeah. Good history here with this Morrisville Raptors team, that's for certain.
Slipped departs That's Stephen Taylor. He adds himself to fine legs. So possibly not done with the short ball, Janoy Drysdale. And can't get it to go above the shoulder. That would result in a no ball. Remember, we saw that happen against the Atlanta Fire. And I think Stephen Taylor's just been made aware of that fact. And now he's brought himself back to slip.
Well, he's the captain. He's got the prerogative to change his mind a couple of times.
Tremendous touch from Mihir Patel. That's 3 boundaries in the over off his bat. Close of 3, 26 for none.
And look at this. Well played right through that gap. Stephen Taylor, didn't matter where you were in that one. That was getting through.
An incredible gap that he's found. He placed it between first slip and a short third. And there's just nowhere to go for the fielder to get into position. Again, so important for both Patel and Schwitten to find runs, but also not give too many risks away. We've mentioned the batting lineup here. In terms of minor league experience, it's very far and few in between that have it. And without Adi Gupta today, it becomes even less of minor league experience. All batters would have performed very well in their competitions prior to this, but again, Siddhant Reddy, George Baldwin, Soma Gashe, Raj Anand. Raj Anand's the lone man with experience in this 11 prior to this season in minor league cricket. George Baldwin has played a couple of games, but nothing of the sort that you would have wanted in that middle order.
Yeah, speaking of Baldwin, we saw him yesterday finally get through the spinners and into the pace at the tail where he looked an awful lot better, and then he went in the middle in the super over and hammered a 6, one of the bigger 6s of the season so far.
A return story here for Azim Charania. Hasn't been a part of minor league cricket since the very first season. Played in the Atlantic Conference for the Atlanta Lightning in year 1, and just wasn't part of 2 innings and didn't really have a great time with the ball, but he's here in the power play for the Atlanta Fire. Are you curious as to why you bring in Charania now and not maybe a Sunny Patel?
I am curious about that. I thought Sonny bowled extremely well yesterday, adapting himself to the conditions. But I also think you might want to save Sunny Patel for a more urgent time.
Well stopped. Certainly a boundary there had it gone through. When you look at the spinners available for Stephen Taylor, you look at Sunny Patel, you look at Ansh Patel, but you also look at Stephen Taylor himself. I would have thought he could have been an option that would have been exploited here.
Well, a couple of seasons ago, there was an argument that he was the best offie.
Could be out. Could be out. Should be out. Is out. One too many for Sahar Schwitten. Goes for just 9, and the Fire have their first breakthrough.
Hard luck for Saharsh, yesterday's hero. Today he just gets the top edge of that. Ball bouncing on him a little bit more than he thought maybe. Into the short hands of Janoy Drysdale.
28 for 1 now here in the 4th over. The Fire needed that breakthrough after what Mihir Patel was putting them through. And so now again, talk about getting through into the teeth of the Morrisville Raptors and into the inexperience.
Siddhant's taking a strike right now. Siddhant ready? Yeah, I think Sahar Swathan would have wanted to build on yesterday's innings. Come away with something positive today. We're in the 4th over. One down for 28 runs. Morrisville needs to get through the rest of this power play, I think, without another loss. Have a good chance to put up a nice big total to defend. This is a very potent Atlanta Fire team on both sides of the ball.
And the task won't get easier against the other bowlers. Remember, Sunny Patel, Ansh Patel, that's a leggy and a Chinaman partnership that any team would salivate and dream over. And then you could still go to Stephen Taylor if you were after it. But Charania, his first wicket in minor league cricket, and he's on the hunt for more with a slip in place. Again, this is the thing with new pairs. You're just trying to figure out where the singles are and where you're comfortable running them.
And not really looking at all for one there.
Again, doesn't want it. And late calls for it. This is where it gets so tricky because we know here at Church Street Park, your middle overs typically are dominated by the singles.
Yeah, I feel like that one was on here at the non-striker's end. You see if the fielder moving to either side to try to stop a ball. I think you gotta at least have a start.
You know, absolutely. Again, I think he's just shut down a bit too quickly. Slip out. And Jamar Hamilton's got some words. He's quickly over to the other end. Close of 4, 29 for 1. We suspected we'd see Sunny Patel sooner rather than later. And here he is, the Major League champion from this season. So here we go for Sunny, operating in the power play. This is where he can be so successful. 2 fresh batters in the sense of 2 minor league. Excellently cut. Siddharth Reddy, very comfortable against spin. And just holds up. There are some thickish areas in the outfield, aren't there, Nate?
Yes, there are. Yes, there are. It's a little bit thicker than it was on Thursday. We saw the ball running a little bit better there. Yeah, there's some pockets where it's a little bit thick. That's one of them. I've noticed that last couple of games. It seems to roll more quickly to the other end.
And he mixes up his pace so well. So you don't expect to score too many runs off of him in terms of the boundaries, but when you do get one through, you're just hoping that it has enough juice to get over the top. Remarkable. That's Sunny Patel. He's 38, Nate. You wouldn't guess it. And he's gone through the googly, the deceptive nature of the 38-year-old using all of his experience, climbs in for his first wicket of the day.
And Mahir takes a big old hack at that one, comes up with air, and Sunny Patel comes up with the stumps. Dead on middle stump there.
Played all around it, and didn't take long for Sunny Patel to get in amongst the wickets. Both openers, they're gone, 32 for 2.
Somagashi now. Somagashi in the middle now.
He showed some great tools yesterday, didn't he, Ned? I was actually rather impressed. 13 off 13. Again, not going to blow you away, but he came in immediately looking to score and found ways to score. Hit 2 4s in his very first over. Showed great confidence, and that's why he's gotten the promotion here, batting at 4. I think now he's got a little bit more time as well. And you love this. Jamar Hamilton just helping the young man out. Making sure everything's tucked in nice and tight. Man of the people, Jamar is. That was his area to score in yesterday. So looked through third, looked to play very late, and just has to be careful of that googly off the hand of Sunny Patel.
Sunny Patel, lots of experience with MI New York this season.
That looks very good, very good. What saved Soham there? What has saved him?
I can't imagine.
No DRS here, Sonny.
I can't imagine anything would have saved him except for a little bit of an edge. A little bit of a bat on it, but let's see.
It's the traditional leggy spinner. I'm not sure. Soham says bat straight away, so maybe there was a feather edge. Otherwise, it's hit right on middle stump. Googly knew it was coming, and it's just evaded off stump. What a first over from Sunny Patel. 3 runs and a wicket, 32 for 2.
Azim Charania continues. From the Cedar Fork end. Nagache on strike. And he defends it there. Ready to get off strike here, Agache. 1 more over in the power play. Raptors want to try to put up some runs.
Stephen Taylor's warming up there at slip. Is that signs for things to come?
You know, I was wondering if he would take the ball with this over, but obviously he hasn't. But I would love to see Stephen Taylor bowl a little bit here. He's looked incredibly well in the past. 2022, he was absolutely phenomenal with the ball. Atlanta made the final here at Church Street. Oh, cut through. And that's going to go for 4. Good shot by Reddy.
Yeah, again, very comfortable against spin. Has played a lot of domestic cricket in India. Reddy. So he moves his feet quite nicely. Eyes lit up when it was short and wide and needed no second invitation. He feels like he could be a big cog in this Raptors machine. Got to 13 yesterday and felt like he almost threw it away in the end. Never really felt set. But right now he's got an opportunity to bat against spin, and there's plenty more to come.
Charania is going to have to change his length, I think. There you go. That's more like it. Get him on the front foot there.
And I wouldn't be surprised even to maybe see Stephen Taylor go back to one of his seamers in Maduretti or in Drysdale. Probably Maduretti, just to give Drysdale some at the death. But the reason I say that is the guys scoring it against both Maduretti and Drysdale, they're back in the dugout. They're watching. So you got the 2 men who like spin. Make them play against the seam of those 2.
And that there's an appeal for that, but it looks like it hit outside of the off stump.
Yeah, you can see that was an indication straight away. Have another look. Just, again, made that stride forwards, hit him in the body as well. But again, Soham, he made up his mind yesterday. He was going to be very confident about the way he played and commit to a style.
And there's a little bit of a bluff there. Agache still not yet off the mark. Reddy at the other end looks very comfortable against against the spin.
And I love this. This is great recognition from Stephen Taylor. He's opened up that slip cordon because Soham has looked to play through third, so he's added another fielder in that exact area.
And there's a late cut right at the fielder. He bobbles it, but they don't take advantage of it. And once again, we have a potential run that doesn't happen. And that's the end of the power play. 37 with a loss of 2. Aryan Patel with the ball here. Just as you said, Amon, go back to pace right now for the 7th over. And let's see what he has against Reddy, who looked very comfortable, as you said, against the spin, able to kind of pick out the length pretty quickly.
Yeah, again, I just like the idea of getting some pace in there, and Aryan looked very good. Gets prodigious movement away from the right-hander. We saw it against the competition earlier.
There's a quick run taken. We'll need a lot more of that from Morrisville, as earlier they did struggle with decisions on their running.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how this Raptors team goes about this innings now, because Soham, just given his age, he just doesn't have the physical maturity as of yet to really bludgeon the ball around. So it's going to be a single game. Siddhant Reddy looks like a guy who likes to play through singles and doubles, so they have to commit to that style post this power play.
And Agashe off the mark on his 6th ball as he runs it down to the fine leg fielder.
Yeah, and what I like from Stephen Taylor here is he's still aggressive. He's got 6 fielders inside the ring, or make it 5 fielders inside the ring. So he's kept someone in, and that to me is very crucial for them, just to keep their foot on the gas.
Well, you know, if they're struggling with running decisions, make it even harder for them. I like that attack. Ooh, just misses the outside edge. We saw the shape there that you talked about from Patel.
I love watching fast bowlers operate. When fast bowlers are on, they're fun, but they also react to balls differently. Look where Aryan Patel finishes. Yep, I'm coming right next to you, Siddhant. I'm going to let you know that one came right by the edge, and next time is going to hit it, and I'm going to run right past you celebrating.
Well, a good 70% of that delivery was going straight at the off stump, and then you saw the amount of swing that it took it away, a full stump away, late. That late swing makes a big difference.
And has prompted a slip fielder as well. Again, Aryan Patel always gets it to move away. And with Reddy looking to drive, playing with heavy hands, I love the move to bring that slip fielder in place and give your young bowler that extra bit of aggressiveness.
Whoa, once again. Reddy a little closer to this delivery, but my goodness. You see Stephen Taylor with his arms crossed there, almost like he's just waiting for a chance at slip.
Look at where he finishes again. Keep going, keep going. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep going, because that ball is swinging like nothing else. Aryan Patel, he's been on the perfect length. What I don't want to see here is him get greedy and try to go Yorker. He took a wicket on it yesterday, but I don't think that's where he wants to be.
No, I would keep doing what you're doing. It's working quite well. This is where your captain's set up.
There it is. Perfect. Excellently done at short third as well by Ansh Patel. Just the 2 runs from the over so far, Nate.
He's got him stuck there. He's got him stuck there in the crease. They can't get him off strike. You see Stephen Taylor moving himself now to mid-wicket from slip. I mean, every time Stephen Taylor leaves the slip position, I get a little sad because he's so good at that. He's so good at fielding at slip. But I think it's the hardest place to field.
Oh, you gotta love it. Nate, you gotta love that little bit of desire to try something new. He's trying to bring it ball back in after taking everything away. It's just gone awry.
Yeah, looking for a wicket there. Just gets it wide, but gives you another chance to try maybe something different. Aryan Patel back to that long run up and post run up. He tried the same tactic again, Aman, and once again they get the wide. What does this do in the batter's mind when you see this 2 times and you could see him come across looking for that outswinger, thinking he might go back to it?
It's just letting the batter off the hook here for Aryan Patel. You've had such a great over, young man. Finish the over strong. Get back to your roots here. He's moving across great. Let him play with hard hands. Let him try to drive. He has to do it.
Right, but you've done this 2 times now. What is the batter thinking? Is he thinking, oh my goodness, are they going to stick to this plan? Or are we going to get the outswinger again? And he puts it right on the stumps instead. And that's the end of the over. Morrisville 42 with a loss of 2 after 7. And the run rate is coming to a grinding halt lately. Let's see if they can pick it back up. And here we see Ansh Patel, another A. Patel. There's a lot of A. Patels in Morrisville, let me tell you.
I'm not sure what you mean, Nate. What are you talking about?
Oh, right.
I don't think I've ever seen an A.
See,
Patel.
there's another one right there. I wasn't even thinking of you, Aman. And
that's got to be a joke. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
hold on, Nate. You can't actually be serious.
Oh man,
about that.
see, he comes around and proves my point.
Well, I thought that was the joke we were going off.
Come on, that was the joke. Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
I just need to make sure.
I'm just messing.
It's been a long weekend. We won't hold against you.
And here comes Ansh. Another left arm orthodox bowling Ansh. We have our own here. Oh, sorry, left arm Chinaman in this case.
He's got a tremendous variation. Actually, our Ansh started as a left arm Chinaman.
He certainly did.
He started just to develop into the orthodox, but the Fire's Ansh Patel. He is truly a Chinaman, but he's got all the different balls in the book. And this is a good matchup for me. Both of these two would have played some cricket in India domestically. And so it'll be a fun battle to watch a real, true spinner operate against someone who's very accustomed to playing spin bowling.
I really like that. The way that was massaged over there. Turned around the corner by the batter. That was really, really good stuff. Creating a run. That was not where you would normally want to take that ball. Right now, these middle overs, you want to rotate strike. You have to rotate strike. Take advantage of mistakes when they're there, but try to make singles. Once again, that one just paddled over for an easy single.
Somagashe, we praised him yesterday for sticking to his convictions. This is where your convictions can sometimes be too bold and too big for your britches. He's looked away from that because he's committed before the ball has gone out of his hands. to go across the stumps to the left arm coming over the wicket. You've got to be a little bit more watchful of the balls here.
Skied it. Looks like a catching chance. And he held on to it. And that's the end of the day.
Ansh Patel connects to Sunny Patel in the outfield to dismiss Siddhant Reddy. It's a smiling Fire team. They picked up the third wicket. And again, this was the battle we talked about. The man who's accustomed to playing spin and someone who's bowled spin in those conditions. Just take a look at this. Continued to leave Siddhant. Didn't pick the googly. And it came off the bottom half of the bat. And Sunny Patel, safe as buckets out there when he's got his hands out underneath the ball. Close of Reddy's day. 11 he goes for, 44 for 3.
I'm telling you, when you see the wrist spinner going fuller and wider, something's going to happen. You could get a 6, you could get a cat, you could get caught, but something is happening when the wrist spinner bowls that way to a batter. And what happened that time was an easy catch at long off. And now we have Tyson in the middle. Boy, Murray Tyson looked pretty good to me yesterday a few times.
Yeah, I'm curious to see Murray Tyson in this new role for him, being brought in at number 5, a big promotion from where he was yesterday. But to your point, I thought he was able to manage both pace and spin well, pick singles nicely, and again against the spinners, he then started to really climb into a couple shots, hit a 4, hit a 6. So given more time out there in the middle today, can he put something big on the board?
These middle overs are so important here at Church Street Park. You have to go. You have to go at about a run a ball to 7, 8 runs per over. You don't want to give yourself too much to do at the end, but you absolutely do not want to lose wickets.
The wickets portion is so crucial for the Raptors in particular because, again, you look at their batting lineup and you're probably halfway through it. There's no Adi Gupta in there today, so you're looking at George Baldwin, Raj Danan, and then you've really channeled straight through into your bowling brigade. You have Hagizan, who's in today. So can he be something of value? Ansh, he's exciting with the bat. We like him with the bat, but he's not a true bat. And then Ritik Uppity, who's not someone who's prominent with the bat either.
Yeah, you're 8 overs down, 46 with a loss of 3, and I'll tell you what, if you double this and you get to the 16th over and you're at 92 for a loss of 6, you're in an awful lot of trouble if you're Morrisville, which just goes to show you how important this partnership right here is going to be for the Raptors' chance to put up any type of decent total on the board to defend against this explosive Atlanta Fire team, which will be batting under the lights, chasing. And here we know that's kind of an advantage. It feels like an advantage to chase here. You usually get the dew in. It didn't really come in yesterday. We didn't see much dew. It wasn't that big of a temperature change. But traditionally, this is definitely a place where you want to bat second. And that's flicked off the legs. Easy for 4. Agashe.
Yeah, cashes in on the mistake. We saw this a couple of times for Aryan Patel. He's just got a tendency to overpitch, and now he's getting the ball to drift back in to the right-hander. He's lost his shape away, so he started down the wrong line and have to take advantage on those.
Yeah, this will be the batter that Patel wanted on strike. As you mentioned, he was giving him fits with the late swing, starting at the off stump and moving to fourth and fifth stump. And that one was just not the line you want. You help Agashe off, but he's still on strike. If you were Patel, you probably like that if you can get back to your old tactics. And that one's played to third man. That one went pretty straight, Amon.
Yeah, and that's fine. I think he's starting to hold the cross seam. You're happy to give up singles and let them earn the runs that way. What you don't want is to gift that one sliding down the leg. Gift them 4, because the Raptors haven't shown in either yesterday's game or today's game that they're going to be able to manufacture boundaries. When you give them full tosses, you give them balls down the leg, they score boundaries. Other than that, we haven't really seen those boundaries come at regular intervals.
You saw some promising stuff, as you mentioned, from Murray Tyson, a 4 and a 6 yesterday, and then with the ball, he had a little bit of a slow start, but he seemed to figure out the wicket as the innings went on. There you go, played off the hip there. It looked like Murray wanted to, but wisely turned down by Agashe.
And I love Jamar Hamilton, like I said again. He immediately took the glove off ready to throw it to the non-strikers end, and seeing that no one was there, he had told Janoy Drysdale, hey, that's you. You've got to be there at the stumps. Get back to the stumps and cover it, because I'm going to throw this and we're going to get a chance for a run out. Always in the game, that man in red and black.
And that's a wide delivery there. Nothing to that. You don't want any more of those if you're Patel. But yeah, I agree with you. Jamar Hamilton, he's waving at us right now. Hey, buddy. But yeah, Jamar Hamilton, man. The league needs to invest in a Jamar cam. I think a camera that just trained on Jamar Hamilton at all times.
So
during the game at all times. Okay. You don't invade his privacy. Oh, what a delivery there. Misses the edge, misses the off stump, but just barely so.
Taking a bit of the pace off here, trying to control the swing, and the cut. Oh, how is that missed off stump? That's agonizing.
Oh my gosh, Agashe dancing out of the way of that almost, exposing his off stump. It's the late swing. It's the late movement that Patel's getting that's helping him out so much. Oof. Agashe watchful on that one, keeping it out.
Yeah, you can see he's just a little bit hesitant now, Soham. The way the bat came down there was really just more to fend it away, and you just don't have the time in this league for that. You don't have the time to just fend deliveries away, especially off Aryan Patel. He's the one you feel like you have to take on.
Well, yeah, I mean, look all around you. Look at this bowling attack. You know, there are a lot of names there that you know just by looking at them. Played through the offside. That's just going to be one. And Putt makes another little scoop. And that's the end of the over. 53, loss of 3. Actually, it's 54 for a loss of 3 after 9. Morrisville Raptors need to put up more runs, but this partnership has to be there for a long time.
Oh, Janoy's getting funky with it over there. He spotted us shooting him. Come on, Janoy. Music's still playing. We know you and MJ are close. There you go. You a smooth criminal, my man.
Gives us the thumbs up, too. We've got him mic'd up over there. He's got the little thing in his ear.
Janoy's always having a good time. Love it.
We're telling him exactly what he's doing it.
I need a moonwalk, Janoy.
Pulls that over to the leg side. And it's only one run there, thanks to a fielder getting to the ball really quickly. That puts Murray Tyson on strike here against Charania. We'll see how he handles this spin.
Extra bounce. And you can see the spinners are starting to use this pitch more and more, and Aiden Charania is getting more and more set.
Yeah, that was some terrific bounce there. You saw Jamar Hamilton. Ooh, swings over that one. So under one, over one.
It feels like Tyson's just swinging a bit too hard right now. That one was, his head was just all the way across. He's just got to look to time it. It's a packed region there at third, but place the ball.
Right under his eyes that time. It looks like 1, and it will be 1.
Bowling to such a good plan right now, the Fire are. You're not seeing any real opportunities for 2. And again, the Raptors, it just feels like they're struggling to find any single options either.
Yeah. Agashe there, unable to get that through. Oh my. Goes for the sweep, misses it, bounces all over the place like a ping pong ball.
Can you say ricochet off the legs, off the pads, and Jamar Hamilton, if not for the stumps, would have dove straight at it. 10 overs gone, 56 for 3. We'll take a quick drinks break here with the players. Join us when we return.
And we see that very important partnership between Soham and Murray Tyson. Mahir Patel was 17 from 13. He was going pretty well before he got bowled by Sonny Patel. Sahar Swathan didn't stay around long. And Reddy just the same. We still got 2 overs of bowling here to go from Janoy Drysdale. And 3 left to go from Matareddy. Azim Charania has looked good. Azim Charania, my fault, has looked really good with 3 overs, 10 runs, and a wicket. Sonny Patel with a wicket of his own, and Ansh Patel. So, Aman, everybody looks like they're doing their job for the bowling for the Atlanta Fire. And we're about to start this second half of the first innings with Murray Tyson taking strike.
Yeah, again, and since the seam has gone away, the job has become almost easier because Sonny Patel's come in and take wickets. Charania's come in and taken wickets. Even Sonny Patel in the field has been good. So you just feel that the Raptors are just at a loss for options. So pressure's mounting. They would have had that conversation about they're not going to beat this Fire team with 127, 130 runs like you did the Lions. So you're going to have to get to 150. So from this stage, you need 100 more runs to give yourself even the remote possibility of winning this game.
Yeah, I think you need to go at least 9, 10, 11 and over here just to have a chance. Now, we do have some Morrisville magic. You know, there's always that on your side in the second innings. We saw some great bowling from Ansh Rai.
We got the Lagan music playing, so they're just looking to bring some of the magic from that movie into their own batting innings here, the Raptors.
Is that an admission that they're the underdogs?
I think you look up and down the rosters and just the major leaguers that are available for the Fire, and then the ones that aren't available for the Raptors. And again, sometimes you want to be in that position. You feed off that kind of energy. I think about college football and what happened just yesterday. We saw Alabama get upset by an underranked Florida State. We saw Ohio State at number 3 beat a Texas number 1 team led by Arch Manning, who's supposed to be the number 1 overall player in the country. So being that underdog could just give you that extra bit of juice that you need in the matchup.
Well, it absolutely can. And you mentioned the major leaguers on this squad. There are a lot of very well-known domestic players on this Atlanta Fire team.
Straight to the man. Simple in the end. Knew he had to go, Agashe. But Sonny Patel's not the man to pick, and he's picked out Stephen Taylor.
Yeah, that's about the last guy you want to hit the ball directly to. Stephen Taylor, he's got some sure hands. We've seen some spectacular stuff from him. That was just a can of corn, as they say. Easy as pie. And we'll see the slow down replay. Well, we can reproduce the CPL tweet, the famous CPL tweet. Overselling a catch.
Agashe goes for 11.57 for 4. George Baldwin walks into the middle. He's the power hitter really in this lineup alongside Rajanan, you feel. And he'll join Murray Tyson. These two shared a partnership yesterday, so they feel familiar with each other. But the challenge becomes so difficult having to face Sonny Patel.
And today he's coming in at number 6. Yesterday it was number 5. I like this number 6 position for him a little bit more. We saw him struggle so far against spinners. He came around. But you know what? If you come in the 11th over, it doesn't matter what your number is, you're going to see spin.
Especially here in the Southern Division. That's just what it's going to be for a long period of time up until the death. So it's an adjustment he's going to have to make. Positive start for Baldwin. Remember, it took him so long to get off the mark yesterday. He just felt agonizing and really just bogged down. So for him to show that little bit of intent with the push early is huge.
Yeah, he struck that well. He found the bat real well with that.
Wild swing. And very fortunate to still be there, Murray Tyson. You don't take too many wild hacks at Sonny Patel and survive.
My goodness. No, you don't. And you can see Pup asking for the ball to hit the stumps.
Taking it off the stumps. And he's picked up 2 runs there to close over number 11. Nothing off the overthrows. Only 4 runs from over 11 and the wicket of Soam Agashe. 62 for 4. Excuse me, make it 60 for 4. And I love this move again from the Fire. Bring in the left arm Chinaman to George Baldwin. They would have seen yesterday's late night affair where the 6 he hit came off seam, came off a full toss. So he likes pace on the ball. The spinners was where he struggled. And Answer Patel, he's a brilliant one. Oh, touch of fortune. That'll race just short of the boundary rope.
Yeah, got lucky there. You'll take those runs any way they come.
It's off the bat, so we'll claim them anyway.
Exactly. They're his. Scoring a goal between Jamar's legs there. 5-hole, they call that in hockey.
Just short, just in the gap as well. It was in the air for an agonizingly long period of time.
Yes, it was. And that will bring Tyson on strike. 6 from 9 so far for Tyson. We saw a couple risky hacks last over from him.
Has he made up his mind? He has. He absolutely has.
Jamar appeals. Entertainingly so.
I just don't get it from Murray Tyson. Where is he hoping to hit that? The ball is pitched on off stump and has continued to move away, and he's moved towards his legs. He can continue to move towards the onside, looking to hit it. Cow corner, like there's no possibility for that one.
He's trying to hit it to the moon. I just looked. The moon is right over there. That's exactly where he's trying to hit it. Oof.
Hasn't picked a googly yet. Hasn't picked a single googly out of the hands of Ansh Patel.
That one turned a good long ways too.
Just watch the front foot of Tyson. It continues to leave him. It's all googlies, and his steps are all towards mid-wicket. He's got to move closer. He's practiced the reverse sweep. Don't even have to do that. Just look to hit it to cover. Pick the googly.
Well, if first you don't succeed, try again.
I just can't understand continuously moving away. You keep trying and you keep getting dots. Just 3 runs from over 12, 63 for 4. More spin in the form of Charania. Well done from him. First game back into minor league cricket since 2021, and he's bowled an absolute treat, Nate.
Yeah, he's had quite the day so far. 3 overs, 10 runs, and a wicket. You can't ask for better than that. Bowling here in the 13th over. Something tells me we're going to see a lot more spin, even after this.
Just picked out short cover. Yeah, there's so many options that they can go to here. The Fire. Sunny Patel still there. You still have Stephen Taylor if you wanted to use him. Ansh Patel has been brilliant. And neither of these two batters seemingly comfortable against spin. How is that miss? Doesn't know where the ball is. Gosh, you gotta love what you see out of Jamar Hamilton here.
Oh my gosh, he's just the best, isn't he? You can see that. Just kind of like chopped off the wicket and bouncing up in the air. That's kind of like when you hit the plate in baseball and it springs way up, but my goodness.
Having a laugh, Jamar is always active. Some bat on it, but again, just to the fielder. They'll come back for a second. And those twos are invaluable because you just don't see them too often.
You can see Baldwin there backing away to give himself more space and then reaching and slapping it. See what that brings in this next delivery.
What? Where has that missed? How is that missed?
Have these stumps been? Are they post production? Are they CGI? It's amazing that missed.
Another 2. Nate, how close was this right here to the stumps?
It was crazy close. Oh, we've had a lot of close calls. Look at that. It's unbelievable. Jamar Hamilton, I can't believe he didn't jump out of his skin after that.
Connects. And straight to the fielder. He was just dealing with that for so long, Murray Tyson, and couldn't control himself.
Well, he finally comes over to the off stump here after backing away quite a bit. And just paddles that right into the fielder's hands.
End of Tyson goes for just 6. It's 66 for 5 at the close of 13. captain. Rajnanan in. Just the one run he scored.
Talk about Cam that needs to be focused on one person. Got Janoy Drysdale over here putting on a great dancing clinic.
Here we go. He's back. He's back.
He's got to fix the dot now.
It is Michael Jackson now. It was Backstreet Boys before, but he likes it this way.
There we go. Man, I'll tell you, come out and watch this Atlanta team. They're great. They're a lot of fun.
Ansh Patel back with the ball in hand. Again, there's just really no options, you feel. But to me, this is an opportunity for Rajnanan. A left-hander, change up the angles, and then now, for me as well, you can look at him and say, okay, he's a bludgeoner, but he gives you something different.
Yeah, this Morrisville team really lacking a lot of batting right now. And, you know, you think we should have seen Rajnanan a little sooner than this?
I agree. I think he could bat at 5 or 6 for this team, really. Even 4. I don't think it's a bad option. I think Soam makes a lot of sense batting at 4, just given the fact that he's not someone who's physically dominating. But there's a slip in place for Nanan now. Ansh Patel on the ground. And hopefully he's going to be okay. There's a nervy look on everyone's face at the moment.
Yeah, let's see what happened there. He just landed funny. He just, skidded and slid.
It's good to see him able to move around right now because, again, those non-contact injuries on the landing foot is never something to really laugh about.
No. You know, I mean, I remember years ago watching Troy Aikman kind of step into a throw wrong and just completely collapse, and he was out for the season.
I think about Kawhi Leonard back in that 2016 season with the Clippers. Make it with the Spurs, rather. Absolutely. Against the Warriors, where he landed on Zaza Pachulia, and he was done.
Absolutely, man. I was taken out one time. I was rolling over on the sofa, totally separated my shoulder. I was out then. I was done. It was the end of the season for me. I wasn't playing anything, but there's no way I was starting after that.
The googly. Hold on, Nate. We're not going to let you get through this. What anecdote did you just tell me?
I mean, I said it. I separated my shoulder one time rolling over on the sofa. So I'm just saying you can get hurt in so many different ways. You know, there's no reason to really leave your house.
Oh, misses everything. Bat, keeper, first slip, and somehow 4 runs.
Ooh, the bad luck there. We've talked a couple of times this weekend about maybe this ball spins too much sometimes. When you see that left arm wrist spinner, it's an unusual style. If Steven Taylor's not going to get to it, I feel like he could have had that one. It's weird to say about Steven Taylor, but
you were the one who just said you rolled over on the couch and separated your shoulder, Nate. Oh, what an over this has become for Ansh Patel. Unlucky that 4 byes occurred, but without it, he just gave up the 1 run in the over, and that'll close over 14. Moves to 71 for 5.
So, Mon, I was telling you about my non-contact injury, which you weren't very sympathetic for. I have to say, I didn't really feel like you were respecting me very much then.
It's not that I wasn't trying to be respectful. It's just I wasn't aware of what was happening.
We just had talked about non-contact injuries.
And then you had talked about Troy Aikman. I had mentioned Kawhi Leonard. I just wasn't ready for a Nate Hayes story with those 2 names already being said as Sunny Patel walks back in.
It's just going to be 1 right there. But yeah, so Mom, why don't you tell me about your non-contact injuries? Have you ever had a non-contact injury? Most injuries, let's say, most injuries are non-contact injuries. You have to think that, right?
The
In life in general.
In life, most injuries are non-contact. That's an interesting ploy. I have to think about that once or twice. The only time I've ever broken anything was when cricket ball came and hit my finger.
I had that happen once. I broke a finger that way.
So, but that's contact, right? That would constitute as contact.
Mm-hmm.
Fielder, yes please. It's Janoy Drysdale with a somersault. He's got all the moves, and he's got a safe pair of hands as well.
Terrific catch there. Good delivery. They got the guy they want to get at. This is the most dangerous batter in the lineup right now at this point. But Janoy catches that and does a roll just for fun. A non-contact roll, we'll call it. And that's the end of the day for Rajanan. Oh, he put his hands into that. I said earlier that if Risty keeps the ball wide like that, and Fuller, you're going to see something happen. And right here we saw a catch, another catch. And Nagarjan walking in. Arjun Sharma coming into the middle.
Minor league debut. Again, a lot of this Raptors team is debuting in minor league cricket, so he'll have an opportunity to express himself to the young man. But it's not going to be easy with Sunny Patel having the ball in hand. That's back-to-back low scores for Rajanan. 1 and then 0. So we've talked about him getting a promotion. The scores don't say he needs that. And off the mark straight away. First runs in minor league cricket for Arjun Sharma.
Well, that's a great sign. Come in, get a run right away.
And this is what you love. Janoy Drysdale enjoying the tunes. You know, Michael Jackson, Backstreet Boys, whatever it is. He's got himself a good time. And then he can switch on into game mode. And even when he's in game mode, he's having fun. It's a good time when Janoy Drysdale's out on the field, Nate.
If you like to see cricketers have fun, come out and watch Atlanta Fire. They are a fun squad. They've always been a fun squad.
Through him. Sunny Patel. That's wicket number 4, and he's still got plenty more where that came from.
Ooh, Sunny Patel. Major league cricketer, as we mentioned, he has bowled a major league delivery right here. You can see Baldwin goes to the back foot, gets right underneath his bat, collides with the stumps, and a big old fist pump.
Baldwin goes for just 9. Another single-digit score for the Raptors, 73 for 7.
Deepak Allegason coming into the middle.
And he's played in minor league cricket before. He was a member of the St. Louis Americans last season, but no scores of note. Just the 1 innings with the bat, put up 6 runs off 6 balls. So a career 100 strike rate for Allegason, but he's in because of this. This is the catch. Again, we've seen multiple wickets from Sunny Patel, having plenty of fun. The DJ's out, a whole carnival. But again, Sunny Patel's been able to do both with the leg spinner and then the other variations up his sleeve. And that's why there's a slip. This is the top spinner, Nate. It's not turned, it's just gone the extra bit of bounce over. And that's why it stayed straight through. Oh, it's the leggy, it's the googly rather, that Allegason was nowhere near.
I see Stephen Taylor at the slip position again. Aman, has there been a team in minor league cricket that we've seen use a slip fielder quite as much as Stephen Taylor likes to?
Well, we won't see him in that position for the Sunny Patel's over now because it's come to a close, but he'll be there for the rest of the game, you have to imagine. Close of 15, 73 for 7. Yeah, I don't know if many teams use a slip like the Atlanta Fire do. I can only remember one time we've seen a silly point. Can you recall that time, Nate? Give you a hint, it happened at Church Street Park.
Happened at we saw it in Major League too, I believe one time, and that was with the MI New York
Yeah, of
team.
course, with Kyron Pollard.
Kyron Pollard did it.
Who were the
Who did it?
teams here? It was a Florida team.
It was a Florida team.
The Florida team was batting.
Was it Fort Lauderdale? Was it Fort Lauderdale batting?
It was year one.
It was year one.
It was a team that doesn't
Oh, it's
exist
okay.
anymore.
Florida Beamers were batting.
And it was against the Morrisville side at that time. Silly Point, it was Muhammad Abdullah Shah stationed at Silly Point.
Well,
Took a one-handed catch.
yes, I remember now. Oh my gosh, how did I forget that? How did I forget that? That was a great catch. He took it and tossed it straight up in the air.
Just short. In the gap as well. And come back for two. When you look at this Raptors team and the doubles they've gotten, it feels the opportunities for doubles, how many have there been? Maybe 6, 7? There hasn't been too many on the board for them.
No, not too many. They've passed maybe a couple of options up. Here we go. The kids here, they've brought in a second slip here. Now that Steven's deciding which one he wants to be.
Yeah, he says, I want it second. I want to be able to move to my right. It's more of a gully as well. Gone. Not going to get back when Jamar Hamilton has the gloves on. And that's the end for Arjun Sharma, and Ansh Patel picks up his second.
Ansh Patel having a good day, having a good week. He's looked good. Yeah, he got those two slips in. Batter tried to take him out of the equation by knocking it straight down the ground. But when you miss it, and you got a keeper like Jamar Hamilton back there, you may as well just keep walking straight to the dugout.
So quick. How lightning quick are the gloves of Jamar Hamilton. A little nod as well to Ansh Patel. He deserves that second one. That's the end for Arjun Sharma on debut, 75 for 8.
Here we got one of my favorite cricketers of all time, Ansh Rai, coming in the middle. And the reason I love this guy so much is I love his enthusiasm for the game of cricket. He always looks like he wants to be in every situation. And here he is in the middle. This is one of the good things about seeing 8 wickets down. You get to see Ansh Rai bat.
And he's got slips either side of him. He's a confident cricketer with the bat in hand. I'll tell you what, you talk about what he did in 2024 with the bat. It only happened in the Super 8s, but he had a strike rate of 130, Nate, in his 10 balls that he faced, scored 13 runs, had the high score of 13 in just the one innings, and it beat what was his minor league total before that, which was a golden duck, and that came down in the Buttonveers Cricket Complex against the Orlando Galaxy to hand the Galaxy their first win of that 2023 season. So he's grown leaps and bounds since then. Fielder, where are you at? Will anyone get there? Yes, simple in the end. Long on, makes it look easy, and Ali Gaislin can't get off the mark in his debut for the Morrisville Raptors.
We only need one more wicket here to end the innings. This is not going to be enough to defend against this wonderfully explosive Fire team.
Everyone's trying to take Ansh Patel into the leg side. Hit him towards the off. You're just not going to create the power with the ball turning away from you from that wide of a position. Never going to happen. 76 for 9 as the uppity walks in. Ritha Company improved with the bats from where he was a couple of years ago, but there's a reason. There's 2 slips and a leg slip in for him. Googlies all the time, wide given, and a wry smile from Hunch Patel. Doesn't agree, and the whole cordon doesn't agree either. I think, Nate, the setup's coming. He's going to bowl one more googly, and the last ball of the over is going to be the leg spinner. Pitch it, pitch it. And I know Sonny Patel somewhere in the field saying, you know what, I don't want you to get this wicket because I have a chance of a fifer in my next over. He's got 4 to his name. Now, I know Sonny's not thinking that, but it'd be cool to see him do it. What do we say? The leg spinner, the conventional turner, and Ritha Company gets his first runs in minor league cricket to close over 16. That saw 2 wickets fallen at 78 for 9. Sonny Patel, he's got 4 to his name. Oh, the googly. Uppity wants 2. And it'll come back. Come on, Sonny. Get your fifer. You deserve it.
He's had quite the day.
Hunch Patel's day finished with 3 for 14 and 4 overs. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's nuts. The spin has done the job here at Church Street Park for Atlanta.
Just kept it out. You can see Steven Taylor. He's on his knees. He's very close. He knows that this innings is nearly at its culmination. Down leg. Sonny knows it. He's gone googly, leggy googly.
Yeah, that's down leg for sure.
Googly again. Fended away again. This feels like a proper test match, Nate. It feels like Shane Warne operating in day 5.
I am almost surprised there's not a second slip still.
Where's a silly point? It's so close every time. Upperty's bat just gets down. Credit to the young man for fending it away. That'll be the goal for the Raptors. Just play through the 20 overs. Patel's got one more chance at a fifer. Just away. Uppity will ruin the figures a bit more. 4 wickets for Sonny Patel. Just gives up 10 runs. What a day for that man wearing number 7, 81 for 9. We thought we might see it earlier in the day, but to culminate the inning, Steven Taylor is going to begin his 4-over spell. He won't get to bowl 4, but he'll have 2 overs to go if he chooses to, if it lasts that long.
Steven Taylor probably just wants to finish it right now. Get into the batting innings.
Fending. Steven Taylor, again, is more so known what he does with the bat, but in recent years, his ball in the international circuit has been unbelievable. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Straight to Paul Palmer. There was a ride cheer in the crowd, but Stephen Taylor on his second delivery has taken his first wicket, and what a figure for him. None for one.
Well, why not go for it here if you're Rittvik? But that's the length that you're going to try to tease that shot. Good catch by Palmer, who's always got sure hands.
Disappointing day for the Morrisville Raptors, coming off what was a scintillating win in a super over just 24 hours ago. They've been bowled all out for 81, and a display in front of their home fans that is one to forget. Look at that batting card. Just 2 scores of double digits. That's Mihir Patel and Siddhant Reddy. And the way the inning started, Nate, remember there were 22 after the first 3 overs, and you said, hold on here. This might be something very different. But the Fire bowling, they're the reason why it's everything what we thought it was going to be.
Starting with Sonny Patel's 4 wickets for 10 runs. Azim Charani was very good, 2 wickets for 13 runs. Ansh Patel, 3 wickets, 14 runs, an economy of just 3.5. That's 3 bowlers in your attack that all got their quota with an economy of 3.5 or less. You're not going to lose those games.
Well, we'll wait to see. It'd be hard pressed for the Fire to lose this from here. They are raging right now because they are only going to have to chase 82 runs. Feel more than confident, but don't go anywhere. These lights seemingly create magical moments. Could they create something historic and groundbreaking? Join us in the second innings. Welcome back to Church Street Park. Well, we've seen the attempted defense of one low total. We'll see another one. And again, keyword is attempted. 82 runs. That's all that the Fire need to get. The Raptors, their strength is their bowling. But I'll take you 24 hours back. Nate, the Atlanta Fire in the power play in their game against the Orlando Galaxy, how many runs did they score?
Oh, well, they scored 93, I believe.
Well, there you go. That's 11 more than what you need right now. Now, a little bit different task with the bowlers at hand. Raj Anand, he's key. Ansharai, he's key. But outside of that, you really don't know who is going to deliver the big moments. Keys are wickets. Stephen Taylor on strike. Stephen Taylor with a 6. Excuse me, make it a couple of bounce 4. But Stephen Taylor with a boundary to open.
Straight over the head. Rajanan straight over the off-strike stumps. Look at that. Beautiful shot.
And Nate, I made this point yesterday, and I just will never understand it. Why to Stephen Taylor you would not keep a long off? They've gone mid-wicket, long on. Go long on, long off, and ask him hit anywhere else. Because he loves that zone. He loves the zone from cover to long off, and look at that. That's a 6 over extra cover.
Yeah, he is in a hurry to finish this game, and he's already 1/8 of the way there.
I think this is poor planning for everyone who's playing Stephen Taylor. This is back-to-back games where you're opening with spinners, and you're doing this with this field. Moved outside. Well outside the off stump, Raj.
Well, ideally you would like to have a right-arm swing bowler here who can bowl over the stumps, kind of try to get Stephen Taylor before his eye gets in, try to get LBW or get through the gate.
Wow. Wow. Fetch this to the moon and back. Just avoid some cars here in the car park.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to think I might have parked too close to him on. That was quite a thumping. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Phew.
What did you say, Nate? In a hurry, to say the least. 4.6.6.
66 needed off of 19.2.
Got to be quicker. You got to be much quicker if you're Rajanan. The pace is too slow. It's allowing Stephen Taylor to pick his spots. Rush him. Where's the fielder? He's not there. Didn't matter. That's all the way.
That's 2 in that same zone that you said that he likes to take the ball.
And remember when Stephen Taylor really broke into our hearts here at Church Street Park? How many runs did he score in the final over?
Well, he scored over 22 that were needed to win.
He's got 22 through 5 balls, Nate. Exactly what he did here in 2018. He loves this venue, and this venue loves him.
Oh, yeah, everybody knows Stephen Taylor here at Church Street Park. Now, the shame here is on a Saturday, a lot of guys are out playing cricket. They would have just been getting home in the last hour, heading over here to Church Street Park. If this game wraps up too early, we're not going to see the full crowd.
22 from 5, and there's no change in the field. Yep, looking to wrap this game up early. He'll retain strike, Stephen Taylor. 23 from the first. Nope, that's not a typo. Rithvik Uppity, brilliant. Can't overstate it. Brilliant 24 hours ago. 20 runs he gave up in his 4 overs. It was 16 before that final delivery where he gave up 4, but he really did perform quite nicely on debut.
He was excellent, and I think he's the right bowler here. Give him a chance. You know, Stevens already pounded 23 from 6 balls. You're going to try to find some gap between his bat and pad here, possibly.
Not going to be a gap there. That's over the top and all the way.
Hit that into the net, protecting the playground. The playground's pretty active, so it's a good thing there's a net there. Yeah. What do you think about that length, Amon?
It's a fine length. It's just you're not pacey enough to pull it off against Steven Taylor. He's got so much time on his hands. When he's on song, he's unbelievable. Remember, came away from the USA team last year, came back to minor league cricket, and in one weekend picked up 200s on sluggish Budham Veer's wickets. There's a reason for that. 53 left to get. Steven, stop it. Stop it, Steven. You can't score like this.
Well, Steven Taylor absolutely can score like this, especially on that line. He really likes that ball. Look at that. It gets there in a hurry, too.
I think for Steven Taylor, you've got to come around the wicket. If you're not going to be able to move it back in, you've got to angle it into him. If you give him any width, he pounds you, and you don't have the protection there. You've got a deep third, and they've elected now for a deep point. So you don't mind this if it means you're going to keep pushing it wide, but you're just concerned about the width that you give Taylor. I don't understand this. Why is third in? For backwards square. I know he's pulled you, but again, now you've gone cover and square, so it means you're just protecting yourself for anything short. And now Steven Taylor's got the opportunity to get deep in his crease. You can't bowl there, because Steven Taylor will take advantage. That's into the grandstands yet again.
He's too good. He's too good at that. He got a ball that was perfect for that, and he just sends it thumping into the grandstands, into the steel grandstands. It sounds like construction's happening over there.
Saigo Patel's got the best seat in the house, ladies and gentlemen. He's at the non-striker's end, hasn't faced a delivery, and there's 39 runs on the board because Steven Taylor, that man who has dominated the domestic scene and the associate scene for so many years, he's completely on song. And they keep changing the field. Doesn't matter where the fielders are. He's hitting sixes. There's a long off and a deep cover point now.
What a shame. Ridwick looked so good yesterday.
Wide. And you can see Steven Taylor. He's got so much time and so many options. He's now toying with Uppity. He's saying, yeah, bring that fielder in. I'll just scoot it past him.
Yeah, he's just trying to get it over the circle on the leg side there, reaching over to try to force it that way.
But look at what you've done. What field do we say they needed to have? You need to have fielders on the offside. The moment they put fielders on the offside, they've now forced Steven Taylor out of his comfort zone.
That's right.
He can play that shot, but he doesn't prefer that shot. So for the first time, the Raptors have done something. They haven't executed it, but they've done something rather proactive. First time Steven Taylor hasn't gotten all of it because he's now trying to force that into the onside.
Shadow batting a little bit. What do you think he's going to do now? We see the field stay the same, and rightly so.
Did you ask me what I think he's going to do? He's going to try and hit it for 6 and 8. We know.
So you think that's a plan?
There's still 2 balls left in the over. You can go 6 and then single.
You think he steps across the stumps here?
Uppity, you can be upset about it, but I think it's the right call.
It is difficult to flirt with that wide line at this angle. and get a call.
Again, because Steven Taylor is so big and has such a reach, if he's not getting there, it's got to be wide. And he's not making a real egregious move across. He's just really stepping back. So you have to be real smart. And that's why, to me, you've got to come around if you don't have the pace nor the swing that's going to bother him back in. Shot. Bludgeoned. Watch out in the crowd.
Steven Taylor is on one here at Church Street Park.
45.
Wow. Once again into some steel.
Nate, we thought yesterday Steven Taylor played quickly. 50 off of 27. He's 45 off 11.
That's bananas. Just bananas. I'm on the sun won't even be down before this game is done at this rate.
Another one to add to his name. Steven Taylor, 50 up in just 12 deliveries. The fire captain is on fire.
Amon, have we seen a faster 50 here at Church Street Park?
Well,
just 12.
The fastest 50 in the history of T20 cricket. Now, this wouldn't be considered T20 cricket minor league, but in T20 cricket, the fastest 50 is held by another associate cricketer, Deepinder Singh Airi. 9 deliveries back in 2023 against Mongolia.
Unbelievable.
In international cricket, I believe you're looking at Yuvraj Singh at 12. Maybe that was before it was an official T20I. We'll confirm that, because that was England in 07. Well, Sagar Patel, he's had the best seat in the house, so here he is.
Well, hopefully Sagar Patel is a patient fella. He certainly hasn't gotten much of a workout. He hasn't had to run at all, as Steven Taylor's only dealt in 4s and 6s, but now Ansh Rai comes into the attack for Morrisville. Boy, was he good yesterday. 3 wickets.
Well done, Sagar. Oh, extremely well done. He'll go all the way for 4. No, just holds up. And he'll come back for 2. I thought they might have just taken 1 there, Nate, just to keep Steven Taylor going.
Yeah, Sagar wants some runs too.
He's been watching a while. So the Deepinder Singh Airi, that is actually listed as a T20I, those games there. It was Nepal against Mongolia, and it was an official T20I. So that is your fastest T20I 50.
Nepal scoring 300 in that.
Oh, bold.
What a ball.
Oh, the only way Steven Taylor was going to be dismissed today was going to be run out. And he nearly was there. Was sent down the river.
Well, I'm just happy that he and Ansh didn't have a collision there. Ansh is a heck of a bowler. I don't think he's a heavyweight.
How about this? 2... of a team that scored 55, make it 53 from the first 2 overs.
Good stuff here.
Oh, that one has nearly slipped through Sagar Patel. And Ansh Rai would have looked up to both of these men batting. Remember, Sagar Patel was a prolific under-19 and a young cricketer, really rose through the ranks quickly. And Steven Taylor debuted for the USA at 15. So Ansh Rai would have grown up hearing these 2 names. So think about this moment for that young man to be bowling to 2 of his American cricketing heroes.
Now, Ansh, as you mentioned before, started off as a wrist spinner. My goodness, he was dangerous with that wrist spin, but he's really adapted this left arm orthodox spin.
And here's his test. Everyone's had a bowl to Steven Taylor. Now Ansh Rai's got a chance to bowl to Steven Taylor. Yes, I love it from Ansh here and what he's deciding in his field. He wants a long off. He might have been just told off. No, keep the long on. And we'll then get weight confirmation. They go long on, and they go mid-wicket. They had it it looked like he was pointing at cover and long off, and they've suddenly changed it after a conversation with his keeper and his captain, and I don't think it's the correct move. 51 for Taylor. And a wide. Re-bowl it. Where does Untry bowl to Stephen Taylor, Nate?
Well, also with this field, it kind of keeps Unch bowling around the stumps.
Do you consider coming back over the wicket so you can create that angle? Oh, Yorksham. The only man to keep Stephen Taylor from the boundaries, and the crowd erupts for it. Close the 3, 57 for none. Look at this right here. Just keeps talking, and he's just explaining what he's wanting. You can see there's a fire in him. He's always smiling, but again, look at this. He's just talking about his plans, why he wants what he wants. And he says, well, you field you give me, I've got to go Yorker. And somehow, when it's 57 for none, he's still got a smile on his face.
Well, that's Untry for you. This is one of the reasons I like him so much. He's very active. He's always he's always talking. He's always in the game. I don't know if this guy ever gets nervous or doubts himself at all. I think he's just too busy having fun, you know?
So Magashe. Nate, are you surprised to see a fourth option being brought in? Would you thought maybe Rajanan would have just tried his hand again, or does this feel more like let's get some guys some options here with just 25 runs to go?
I think right now it's kind of just throw a coin up and decide. It seems like, I mean, you might as well get some guys some overs, because this is going to end quickly, unless there's a miracle.
What a start for Magash. Beats Sagar Patel straight up. But, okay, Sagar Patel, prolific bat. He's not the one who scored 50 in just 12 deliveries. It's Stephen Taylor that you have to bowl to.
Yeah, Sagar Patel, I mean, Agashe really, he beat the bat there, but a little too much, and now everybody just let out a collective groan when they see Stephen Taylor come to the crease.
Don't understand this field. Not a man deep on the offside. Well bowled. To that ball, that's the field. For that field, that's the ball you can bowl. But now you risk becoming predictable for Stephen Taylor.
Oh, I mean, damage has been done for certain at this point.
Can't bowl there, but it's up in the air. Dropped. Put down. Soham Agashe had his man. It's Mahir Patel. Finally a mistake. But instead it's a mistake for the Raptors.
Oh, they couldn't capitalize on Stephen skying this one. The extent of his reach right there. Just couldn't quite get to it.
Real strong start for Agashe. Didn't bowl yesterday. And so to bowl with this much confidence, here's another look at it. Like you said, extent of the reach, Stephen knew didn't get enough on it. And Patel, he had it. And he knows it. He knows how big a moment. Carved away. Stephen Taylor not done.
And well, that's the first boundary of the over. Relatively slow. Yeah, Stephen doesn't have a problem finding his spots in the power play.
Andy Mead has had plenty of action shots, and for certain we know who the player of the match will be. As that one again is maneuvered into the gap. Taylor will hold on to strike. 18, just 17 left now. Could be the final over of the game. 65 for 4. 65 for none after 4. 17 runs to get, and Untry gets a second over. He was absolutely brilliant. And Nate, you've pointed something out. What have you seen?
Well, they went back to that same field.
Oh, Unch just called him in. Unch just called him in. I think this is tremendous recognition. Never mind, he's just moving him a bit straighter. So he's attacking the legs. Don't bowl there. Do not bowl there. It's thick in that region, but off the bat is Stephen Taylor. It's always racing.
See Anchi trying to hit that Yorker length again. This time, ball just gets away from him a little bit, and it is a knee-high full toss. Stephen Taylor is not going to have a problem with those.
Well, stopped by Untry. If you want to know how hard Stephen Taylor is swinging, look at this. Full toss, met with disdain, and then hits himself in the back of the head. This is it. This could be a moment. No, nowhere near it. Swirling, won't get to the rope, but Stephen Taylor will come back for a second run, and actually a third run even. Again, take a look at this, Nate. Didn't get a chance to finish the replay. Look at the bats through. It was the top edge, and it should have been taken.
Yeah, it should have been. That's the second one where you have the circle running back. Now, in those situations, there's a certain way you want to do it. You want to get up on the toes so that the horizon isn't bouncing around on you. You're running down a hill in that case. A little easier than running up a hill. But you want to identify, you want to read that ball early and determine where it's going early. You do that with a good diagonal drop step.
Nine runs to get, so we will get another over because of Untry's brilliance. And you can see it's frustrating Stephen Taylor a bit. He's beside himself that this is going to go into the sixth over.
Yeah, Untry, when you saw him get the ball for this over, you kind of thought it was going to make it to the sixth. In the context of what Stephen Taylor has done today, only 8 runs conceded so far with pretty much 2 catching chances this over.
And forces Stephen Taylor to defend. Won't see Untry again, barring something miraculous. But the young man, I think, has gained the respect of a USA legend. 74 for none after 5. So Magashi to bowl what could be the final over of the game. And that will start it. 1 boundary. So just 4 more to go.
Stephen Taylor on a roll today. He's just not going to stop until he breaks some of the furniture around here.
Remember, had just a major league to forget, and now he's having a minor league to remember. Stephen Taylor will just walk to the non-striker's end. The non's the only reason that it's become a chance.
Yeah, good point. Nanan is quick to the ball. You see Nanan running to his side and in a little bit to try to get his hands on that one. He deadened it at least.
3 runs left to get. Credit to Agashe. He's actually bowling rather nicely, getting good drift. He's bowled in good areas, bowled to his field. He's created opportunities. So things to build on for these young Raptors. Again, this is a team that we knew coming into the season was going to be about how they batted. That was going to be the difference between them winning and losing games.
Absolutely. You know, they've got a lot of good bowlers on this side. if they want to compete, they got to put the runs up, and they're lacking a lot of batters.
Patel gets in on the act and finishes it off in style. One boundary for Sagar Patel to go alongside an unbeaten 70 off of 23 from Stephen Taylor. And here's your winning moment.
Sagar likes that shot and that length, but Stephen Taylor was just feasting on the team today on the Morrisville Raptors bowling. Just made it a short chase. He really didn't put scoreboard pressure on him in the first place, and when Stephen Taylor is relaxed at the crease, knows what he needs to do, it's going to be a big day for him.
Impressive power plays for the Fire on back-to-back days. First, they score 93 in their first power play of the season, and then they chase down 82 in their second power play of the season with a ball to spare. And Stephen Taylor, who's made a mark on this ground before, reasserts his domination on minor league cricket here at Church Street Park. Unbelievable what we've seen, and a night that is still very young comes to a rather anticlimactic end thanks to that smile on your screen. The captain of the red and black leading from the front, takes a wicket, scores 70. No doubt that he would be in consideration of the player of the match, and he'll get warm affections from his teammates Sonny Patel and company, because you look at this batting card, you only needed 2 people, needed 4 names, Stephen Taylor and Sagar Patel, and really Sagar Patel is a sideshow. 70 off of 23, and don't look at this bowling card, Nate Hayes.
Yeah, Rajanan got taken apart for that 23-run over at the first. Kapati struggled after a good day yesterday, giving up 30 runs. Ansh Rai was absolutely sensational considering, and Soham Agashe also showed signs that he's got a lot to offer this team. If you're the Raptors, you got to be happy with how the 2 young spinners bowled, but you got to be very unhappy with your batting.
The Atlanta Fire dominate today, and it was a day won by Atlanta. First the Lightning, then the Fire, and guess what? This weekend is not yet over. A match tomorrow. Join us then, 11:30 local time, where we'll see the Fire back in action, that time against the Fort Lauderdale Lions. Can't wait to see that. We thank you guys for joining us all throughout the day. For myself, Amal Mattel, for Nate Hayes, for Bob Erbeg, and our entire production crew, we thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to see you again right here at Church Street Park.